Hey guys, how's it going? This is Lisa. So, anyone who's ever been in love knows how intoxicating it can be. It is addictive, and you can just feel like the person is your whole world, and you just want to squish them all the time. But just because you're in love with someone doesn't necessarily mean that they're good for you. How many of us have been in, or are in, or will be in relationships that are actually really toxic, that are painful and unhealthy, and that actually take away more from your life than they add to it? Been there, done that. But hopefully, we'll also all be in some awesome relationships. And so today, I wanted to talk about signs that your relationship is really great. Keep it going if you can relate to these signs. Let's go. All right, first sign that the relationship you're in is probably pretty great is if you both are exactly the same in front of each other as you would be if no one was watching. Like, you don't change anything or censor anything or filter anything to impress the person or, feel like you need to be someone you're not in front of them. There's literally just zero filters and no makeup on, metaphorically and literally. You should be totally comfortable being yourself in front of each other. If you are, then it probably means you have something really good going. Because if you can be transparent and open and honest and straightforward with each other all the time, and it's just effortless, like poop, cry, whatever, you're able to do exactly what you need to in front of each other, then you probably have something pretty good going for you guys. Second sign that you are probably in an awesome relationship is that you guys are a team. And I think this is a really important point because actually very often people in love are quite selfish and conditional. I think that it can be tempting to actually try to control the other person or always want the upper hand in a relationship. And then there's this weird power dynamic and you always want to be the one with the power. And that is, in my opinion, a problematic relationship to be in. It's really great if you guys see each other as equals and you're united in front of any third party. You always support each other. You've got each other's back. You never put down each other. And that doesn't mean you can't disagree, but when push comes to shove, you can just take for granted that they will be there. And I think that is the sign of a really, really strong and solid relationship. Okay, third thing, and this is kind of a funny one, but it's actually really important. I think it helps if your food preferences are aligned. Like, in the beginning, you think that it's really easy maybe to change your diet for someone, but if he's vegetarian and you're a big meat eater, in the long run, I think that can really be difficult to manage because food is such an important and central part of your life. Think about it. You eat 3 meals a day minimum. That is at least 3 hours of your day, every day, going into an activity that hopefully you can do together and enjoy together. And over time, it's amazing how helpful it can be if you both like to eat the same things. Otherwise, dates, which restaurant to go to, and can he come home and he won't eat half the things here because we cook meat. And and if you have to give up stuff for the other person while you're madly in love, that honeymoon phase, maybe you can do it, but long term it's much, much harder than you think. I was with this guy who didn't eat pork, and at one day I was dying to eat bacon, dying to. I had this meltdown, and I was like, I think we have to break up because I need bacon. And I know you're probably laughing at me right now, but I'm telling you, food is important, you guys. Fourth thing on my list of signs that you're probably in a great relationship is that you can disagree respectfully. Some people are really rude or condescending or dismissive if their partner disagrees with them. And that's really, I think, detrimental to the long-term success of a relationship. So neither should you feel the pressure to always agree, but nor should you be afraid of disagreement, right? And that's ideal. If you guys can have differences of opinion and have your very distinct identities without having to worry about how the other will feel, and instead love each other for those differences and sort of embrace each other's differences, then that's definitely a sign that your relationship rocks. Fifth sign that you're probably in a great relationship is that you really enjoy the time you spend together and yet you're able to give each other space. I think that if you are paranoid and sort of really over-possessive of your partner and always need to know what they're doing, where they're going, who they're meeting, and you kind of operate in this surveillance and control method where you need to always be informed about their whereabouts, or you always have to accompany them, then that's probably going to lead to friction and problems because
ultimately we all need our space and independence, and you should trust your partner. Like, if you guys really have a solid connection and that level of trust, then you should be able to do your own thing without upsetting the other person, right? You love spending time with each other, but you're also totally cool spending time apart, then that's probably a sign that you have a really mature and really solid and really sort of a relationship that's really working well. So for me, those were some of the most important indicators that you're probably in a really healthy and positive relationship. I think some people would add to this list that, like, oh, you're in a good relationship if your friends and family like you together, or if you can envision a long-term future together. I think you don't need external validation. You can be in a very good relationship even if all your friends and family don't think the world of the person. And also, something doesn't have to last forever to be good. So that's my 2 cents. I think just keep that in mind and think about that. And also, I think there's no such thing as the one right relationship. I think it's more likely that in your life you will have several relationships, and some of them will be good and some of them not so good. But hopefully, if you look for these things in a relationship, then you'll have lots of great relationships. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And also, I love hearing from you guys. So if you want to tell me about your relationship, if you're in an awesome relationship, then reach out to me on social media or in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Till next time, bye.